It's going to be a tough ask for Lukas today, there's no doubt about it.
Well, what a great start to the afternoon. Your commentators for this one then, Darren Morgan and Dominic Dale.
Thank you, Catherine. A very good afternoon, everybody.
Best player of all time, in most people's views. That wasn't the best break-off, though. Chance for Lukas to settle himself down if he can make this long red, get nicely onto a colour. One.
Unfortunately, he just didn't get the stun required on the cue ball to come around the back of the black. Played into the opposite corner. As you can see there from our camera shot, it won't pass the red.
I mean, the pot for Ronnie was easy enough, but he was trying to cannon the black to put it in a potable position. Anyway, that's gone.
When he does get the chances, he needs to take them and put Ronnie under some sort of pressure, because if you don't do that, players such as Ronnie O'Sullivan, all the game's great players, will just walk all over you, really.
Just make sure of the pot. Nothing really to do with the cue ball. This will settle him right down.
13.
Just needs to be a little bit careful here. Straight on the black would have been better. Yeah, that was the problem.
20.
Yeah, very big shot this for Lukas. Oh, that's a super pot. That really increases confidence levels. Oh, he's missed the black. Oh, he's missed the black.
Lukas Kleckers,
oh, that will shatter any confidence. Lukas is one of the slowest players on the tour, averages over 32 seconds per shot played, and that is very slow. By today's standards, certainly.
One.
That's a good leg from Ronnie. So this is his first opportunity, and it's a very good one. Can he get past that brown? Oh no,
Brown.
Had to play the swerve.
Miss.
And you could see there the cue will just deviate.
1.
He can't really into that. That wasn't his best cue in, but he has landed on a red.
9.
That was nicely played, though.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 9. One. 9.
That was a very well struck shot.
16.
And the same goes for Ronnie with every pot. He'll be settling
17.
down. As long as he gets the frame on the board, and she's a
24.
few balls away from doing.
25.
He's just about got enough of that red. He hasn't got the red.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 32.
So this game is still live.
So just this brown and one more red required for the snooker's required stage.
5. 6.
I just wonder if having this first frame eventually, anyway, from Ronnie's point of view, will set points the lead. He's refusing the black.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
Will Lukas come back to the table?
One.
We're winning this first frame now.
4. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4 on the frame.
Well, the miss yellow doesn't really matter. After almost 27 minutes with a break of 32, it helped Ronnie O'Sullivan to win it, and he takes the lead for 1 frame to 0.
So Lukas breaking off. And you can see he's caught that a lot thicker than he'd like, but we were on about this a little bit earlier, the way he swings the cue ball around.
Very fortunate, I have to say, from Lukas. Just misread the line slightly here. And that is a big mistake. Great chance here for Lukas Kleckers. Just needs one good positional shot.
Well, where does he play for the blue? The red to the left is blocking the middle pocket, so playing it with lots of side.
One.
Well, he's elected to leave himself a lot further away from this black, and this is tricky. A lot of pressure on this one. Look at what he'll be leaving if he misses. And he's played it very well. Now, a really good opportunity now for him. Got to keep close control of the cue ball and not miss anything easy. Easier said than done.
Already he's got hampered cueing. Never that easy.
$16. 17. $24. 25.
In practice, this would be a formality. Out there playing on the match table, and probably
32.
the best player. Been well supported so far.
33.
And I'm sure they're all enjoying themselves.
Can he still get
40.
through to the red to the right corner? Right over that little group of 6 reds there. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Lukas play it for the blue here.
$41.
He's on the right side of it, but he has too much angle on the blue. And that's why he's considering the green now. Now that's much better. Can stun down now for the black in the
44.
right corner.
45.
Perfect on his black to stand up into the red just to the right. That's okay. He's got the red into the middle pocket.
52.
He doesn't seem completely settled over this shot, Lukas. Could have screwed back off the side
53.
cushion for position on the black again, but he hasn't played that very well. It's completely the wrong side of the blue. But needs to avoid cannoning the bolt colours here.
$58.
I think he's going to have to try and develop from this black after this red.
59.
He's got a nice angle. And he doesn't look like he's too happy with what he's left himself.
He's 59 points ahead, still 75 remain. A mistake here could easily result in frame being lost. Now, he seems to have settled for a plant here. Can be
66.
made, but it's not a guarantee this by any means. But he's on it nicely.
If it goes in, it's a brilliant shot. If it doesn't go in, he could be opening things up for Ronnie. Well, he's played it just for the right place. If he gets through to the pin, that's a bonus for Ronnie to require needing snookers. Nicely played. So barring snookers, Lukas Kleckers
73.
could be getting his first frame on the board.
Lukas Kleckers 73 on the frame.
Well, there you are, that's what Ronnie thinks of that. Lukas Kleckers will be feeling so much better. Always great to get off to a good start. Now it's one frame all.
And Doherty there, former world champion back in 1997, multi-ranking event winner of course. He'll have played Ronnie, as I have many, many times. I know you've played Ronnie many times too, Darren. Do you think he's playing better now than he was, say, 20 years ago? Do you think his game's improved in certain areas?
I probably don't think he's as good a player now as he was then. In the fact of, you know, how exciting he was then. But I think he plays a far superior game these days to then. But obviously, years, age, wisdom and all that comes along. he's a far superior player now to what he was in his younger day, but he was just so exciting then, you know. And part of what made him exciting, and it shows, his age. He's still there, number 2 in the world. You know, that was unthinkable 10, 15 years ago. They'd have said, these players now in their 40s are all burnt out, they're all finished, all washed up. And all of a sudden, they're still ruling the game, really. Not just Ronnie. John Higgins, Mark Williams. You know, it's good to see.
Four.
Yes, I think a lot of that's down to shot selection and just general knowledge of the game of snooker and how to win when you're not playing at your best sometimes. This will be a bit of a test for Ronnie, this black. Well, potted it cleanly. But is he on another red?
11.
Oh, this is awkward, it really is. Well played.
12.
Again, still work to do.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 12.
Yes, worrying signs for Ronnie. As you've said, Dom, he's not quite settled down yet. Never easy under the rail.
1.
But you would expect him to get it.
Played the right shot for me there, Lukas. Big shot this.
Okay. 9.
He's actually starting to look very comfortable out there now. First frame. You can just see with every
17.
pot, he's growing in confidence.
Normally that wouldn't really annoy Ronnie O'Sullivan, the fact that his player, or his opponent, is playing on the slow side, but I think when you're struggling, Darren, it will start to annoy Ronnie, and it could maybe have an effect on Ronnie's play itself, the fact that he's playing somebody that's beginning to dominate
25.
the match, but playing on the slow side as well.
I remember him playing a match, funny enough, he was at the Welsh Open, and the player he was playing was that slow, he put a towel over his head, because he couldn't watch anymore.
32.
But I do agree with you, and especially if Lukas, you know, makes another scoring big break here, the same as he did in the previous frame.
33.
Well, you can see there the table time percentage between the two players. Ronnie's just fiddling with his watch, I can see. Avoidance strategy, I think sports psychologists call that. Yes, Lukas Kleckers, 65% of the table time.
36.
And Lukas will be no different to any other professional player. He'll be able to spot the fact that Ronnie seems to be
37.
struggling a little bit.
I think he's been a little bit
44.
fortunate here. Drag back through the gap for the black, which he's
45.
done.
The fact that he's struggling a little out there.
52.
He needs to keep an eye on the proceedings here, though. You never know when your opponent may make a mistake.
53.
But Lukas is looking better and better the longer this match goes on. Perfect. Pink to the right corner.
61.
And then you can start to relax a little. So the frame now safe.
68. 74. 75.
Oh, what a
Got the
shame.
75 in the break.
Pink hasn't gone in, so no century break, but an excellent break of 75. He's recovered the deficit of 1-0 to lead for the first time at 2-1.
So Lukas as Kleckers breaks off, and he's left Ronnie a red this right corner. And I can't imagine Ronnie will be going for this with very much confidence with the way proceedings have gone so far. Like all great players, he's put back the back of his mind and just got down and bashed it in. Been a bit unfortunate really that he got the cannon on the red. Stopped the cue ball in his tracks. Just going to need another good pot. And he's got it. So all of a sudden, he's in prime position now. So in the context of this match, big moments really. Ronnie's at his strongest when he's around the black.
12.
And that's what he'll be trying to do from this red, is get down for that black. It's had a little bit of a wobble, but it's gone in. Needs a little cannon off this black up into the red, just above it.
20.
Just watching some of the shots that Ronnie's been playing in and around the black spot area, I've got a feeling his table isn't quite as responsive as Ronnie's
21.
expecting it to be. He just isn't getting the reaction out the cue ball that he'd like to get.
$26. $27.
What a beautiful shot that was. Totally controlled to absolute perfection.
34.
All of a sudden, totally focused.
35.
Queuing through the ball. Everything just looks so simple. I suppose that's been one of his strongest assets over the years. You've never got him beat. And he's one of them players who can reel off so many frames in such quick succession.
43.
You think you've got him beat, and the next minute he's on your coattails.
When you're really struggling, making mistakes,
50.
the opponent begins to get the upper hand. It's so easy to lose
51.
confidence, focus, concentration, all of these things. And it's not like a tap, you just can't turn it on and off. It's very difficult in Ronnie's situation here, for instance, where he's struggling, or he's been struggling,
56.
just to suddenly start potting balls and making big breaks again. But he seems capable of it, certainly is here anyway. It's been a terrific effort from Ronnie, the break
57.
at 57 already in no time at all.
You know, his shot time is down to 12 seconds, as you've just seen then, and that's just, you know, that's crazy.
59.
But he looks really positive,
60.
this frame. I mean, he's winding his watch up last frame, Dom. Maybe he charged his batteries.
67.
Must be one of these James Bond watches. It must have some sort of
Ronnie
magical mechanism.
67.
Well, a break for them finally at 67, but Lukas Kleckers comes to the table knowing that he can only tie.
And again, struck that quite beautifully. It was a well-struck shot. Okay, he's a little bit tight on this side cushion. And that time he just potted that black as if it was right over the pocket.
8.
I think it's fair to say that's Ronnie all settled in. Match on.
16. 17.
To say, it does look a little slow and heavy, this cloth. Maybe Ronnie doesn't like that. You just have to take what you're given, so to speak.
24. 25.
As far as Ronnie's concerned, this is like normal service has been
31.
resumed. And he hasn't hung about.
32. 39. 41.
He looked very subdued in his seat while Lukas Kleckers was
44.
scoring in that last frame to take his 2-1 advantage. But he's come out,
48.
been very positive this frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan he's quickened up his tempo.
53.
The second half century of this frame. And now everything just looks so easy for him. So
59 the
Ronnie
frame.
O'Sullivan will
Ronnie
get to
O'Sullivan.
59 and 67. He's going to feel so much better. He's now levelled the match. It's 2 frames all.
That's the thing, isn't it, though, with sports? You don't know who you're going to play in tournaments. You could be playing a quick player, could be playing another sort of Judd Trump, but you could be playing quite easily one of the game's slower players, as Lukas undoubtedly is, and there's nothing you can do about that. You have to be prepared. As Conan Doyle used to write, for nothing and everything. You can see the safety success of not bad at 68%. But when you're playing somebody like Ronnie O'Sullivan, it needs to be a little higher than that, in the 80s probably, because Lukas is a tactical player. He's not an out-and-out attacking player, as some of the top stars are.
And you'd have to say, Don, Ronnie, I don't know what it is, he seems to struggle against the lower ranked players. You know, most people say they blow him away, don't they? But, you know, last year in the Welsh final, he lost to Jordan Brown. Jordan Brown played unbelievably well, but he was ranked 80-odd in the world. And last week in that final, Chensi Fan beat Ronnie. He's ranked 80-odd. And it's just ironic now. This match has been a bit of a struggle. It's 2 each. It's a bit of a strange one, really. A strange conundrum.
Yes, I mean, in sport, you never have it all your own way all the time.
6.
Sometimes you just have to work for a victory. But Ronnie has applied himself much better in these last couple of frames. He'll be disappointed that the black is
7.
tied up here. He's hoping a couple of shots to go to bring the pink into play. Needs a good pot here on the blue, though. He hasn't missed the pot for a while, Ronnie, has he? But I'm not sure he's
12.
on a red. Can he get through to that red nearest the right centre? It's very tricky across the nap of the table. I don't like this, I have to say. No.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 12.
I just think, Don, he just thought, I'm going on the full-out attack and try and get this match over as soon as possible, win or lose. It looks like that's the way he's going to be playing the rest of this match,
1.
on the attack.
Yes, that certainly does seem to be his game plan.
Six.
2 reds by the
7.
black are available into the right corner to help bring the black into play. Well, the top red, I don't think that will pot. It's very
12.
tight. The bottom red probably doesn't. The black's in the way. So yeah, this is awkward now for Lukas Kleckers to make a big break from here, unless he can bring the pink into play somehow.
Okay. 13.
So
18.
Lucas's intended next red. It's a little thinner than he wanted it to be. No problem. This is a big frame,
19.
isn't it? Particularly for Lukas Kleckers. He can take a 3-2 lead. Ronnie O'Sullivan. How to play. No mistake, snooker, really.
He's a little anxious look then. I think he thought he'd not go
24.
too far, but obviously with his 73 and 75 in the 2 frames that he's won, he's proved he's got his
25.
scoring boots on, and he looks real settled out there.
Well, one thing he didn't want to be there was short of pace. Now, does the red below
30.
the pink pot? No. Now, if the pink pot's into the left centre, he may be able to cannon into red and hold for the pink. Otherwise, he's got a problem. Yeah,
31.
it's gone wrong. Needs to play a good safety shot here. Or if he does take the blue to the left centre, he needs to get it.
Really trying to push the
It's
boat out
Kleckers,
there,
31.
and he has been a little bit fortunate. He has left Ronnie a red, but it's not a gimme, and it's fraught with danger. Big shot, this.
One.
He's a big player. Right man for the big shot. Lukas Kleckers, you might have just missed a trick there. I think I'm with you there, Dom. He should have played safe instead of going for the risky blue.
Yeah, for me, sometimes you've just got to consider the position of the match. Ronnie O'Sullivan isn't at his best. He could have kept the pressure on Ronnie, but he relieved it all there.
8.
And Ronnie's just played a terrific cannon there that's
9.
worked out like a charm. And all of a sudden, Ronnie O'Sullivan, big favourite now, to take a 3-2 lead himself.
But just look how fast he's going, Dom, as well. He's absolutely motoring.
16.
I mean, that black he played,
17.
coming off the top cushion with a run inside to cannon the 2 reds. He played it to absolute perfection. That was a much more difficult shot than what it looked. And we're going to see it now. I mean, this is an unbelievable shot. That could have
22.
gone wrong. If he'd gone straight up the back end of that red, that'd have been it. Out of position, end of break and effort.
23.
But he is motoring.
But this is what Ronnie does. He identifies immediately the key shots to play to make break building as easy as possible. And some of the other players just don't do that. Break
28.
building is a bit of a struggle to many other players because they don't play the shot that they need to play at the right time to open things up and give themselves
20
a better chance to go on and make frame-winning breaks. Now this red that's next to the pink, I'm sure pots into the right corner. Now this cue ball needs to keep going, and it has. That's beautifully judged.
34.
And again, you see
35.
Ronnie play for the pink there, because this is a common shot that comes upon the practice table, to leave yourself 3/4 ball on the pink, to develop a red that's about a foot from the middle pocket. Ronnie will have played that particular shot hundreds and hundreds of times in his career,
41.
but he won't be happy with the outcome there. I don't know if this red passes to the left centre. Oh, it did, so he's okay, the
42.
game continues. And now the balls are at his mercy. Just this blue, and Ronnie O'Sullivan should be 3-2 ahead. So that blue from Lukas Kleckers to the left centre has proved very costly.
49. 52. 56. 61. 7 the frame.
Superb break from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He was in trouble. Lukas Kleckers missed that blue to the left centre. It was the last shot he played in that frame, and it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who's recovered from 2-1 down to lead 3-2.
So Lukas Kleckers breaking off in this 6th frame, knowing he's got to win it to take this match into a decider. And he's left a red to this right corner for Ronnie. No bother that time with that one. And all of a sudden, as we said early on in the match, I think he'd have struggled with that. But all of a sudden, he's in full flow again. Unbelievable the way he can just turn it on and off.
Back.
Like no other player.
You could see
6.
the disappointment in Lukas Kleckers. Fall 3-2 behind. Break off thinking, right, I want to play a good frame here, I'll keep it tight, I'll do this, I'll do that, and he play a poor break off shot.
11.
And it could be the one and the only shot that he has
12.
in the remainder of this match. Ronnie O'Sullivan looks very dangerous now. Oh, it's another great shot, isn't it? Ronnie, when he plays these shots, he knows exactly what's going to happen to the cue ball.
19.
He sees the outcome of a shot before he even plays it sometimes.
20.
He did have an anxious look at the red towards the right centre, O'Donnell, it has to be said. I think that went a lot closer than he thought it might.
27.
It's unbelievable how he's picked up his pace
28.
and he's motored on the last couple of frames. And average shot time down to 15 seconds to Kleckers 28.
$36.
Yeah, his average shot time for the match, when he was 2-1 behind, was 18 seconds. So when you consider in just 2 frames, he's increased it by 3 seconds
43.
to 15.
44.
Quite some performance.
So this is the shot. If this goes right, it could all be over for Lukas Kleckers. And he's on a red.
49.
And he can get out to the pink.
Okay.
The match isn't quite over yet, but the way Ronnie's played the last couple of frames, well, commentators curse.
And
Now,
O'Sullivan,
Lukas,
50.
you've got to make this hurt. Make it pay.
But I think he can pop this red, Lukas, and avoid the cannon on the reds and the black, take the cue ball behind the black spot and back up for blue or pink. Wow. Don't know how he's managed to cannon the black
One.
there. Yeah, he played a stun shot there. I'm amazed. Can he cut this black in? It's very, very thin if he thinks he can cut this in. Well, he cannot afford to miss this. Oh dear. Barely hit it
Just
at all.
like as
In
what?
fact, the cannon on the yellow may just have saved him.
Selecting to play the one to the left corner.
1.
Advantage that he's got the pink near to that left centre. It's a thin snick, this one though. Very thin. It's past the pocket. Here's the cue ball go in.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 1. 6. Lukas Kleckers.
Just needs one decent first positional shot just to begin the break with.
One.
That will do nicely. All about holding himself together here under pressure, which will increase with every shot he plays.
Seven. Eight.
Well, that's just a dreadful shot, really. He had loads of room to play with there. His cue ball should have been nowhere near to that red.
Please declare your colour for me, Lucas. Thank you.
He's fully snookered on everything. And when you're playing now someone that's not giving you that many chances, the last couple of frames anyway, you've got to take them when you get them.
Foul and miss. Lucas Kleckers 8-4. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Decided in the end to ask Lukas to play from where the cue ball lay.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
That's okay, really. He has left Ronnie go at this red, just this right of the pink to the left corner. It's going to take a good pot. Which he has made, and he's going to be nicely on the yellow. And as long as he's not dead straight. So you're going to roll this straight through. What a great shot. And I think that's the end of this outing for Lukas Kleckers. He's put up a fight.
5.
He'll be a little bit disappointed because he has had his chances. And I think Ronnie O'Sullivan will be a little bit relieved, really.
11.
Because it wasn't a positive start. But he's finished the match very positively. What might have been, that young man will be thinking. I'm sure his day will come.
17. 19.
But the last couple of frames have been very, very good for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Well, he's missed the green. I'm sure Lukas Kleckers is going to offer him the handshake, which he does. Ronnie O'Sullivan progresses to the next round of this Bet Victor Welsh Open. Last couple of frames, breaks at 50, 59, 67 and 67 was all the difference. He wins the match, 4 frames to 2.